just so damn cold out here. I can see my failing breath. I'm a little nervous and I'm coming down. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts so much more than the last time around.
Everything is fast and easy, just look at it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Wynyard. Apologies for the late jumping on here to the commentary. This is a big game between the Cats and the Robins. Plenty at stake with that third spot still in play here. So let's have a look and see what Ulverstone's got here through the foot of Clark. Now Wiggers to Flanagan. Clark into the centre of the ground. Good to see Ethan Clemens back in the team. Plays in the Tassie under-18s team. He's a tall boy too. So trying to get away with the footy there was Clemens, but he ran into trouble. Kabicki, he's been dispossessed. So plenty of tackling early in this one, as you'd expect. Egger. Out wide, Keegan Weller. Good. In fact, it wasn't Keegan Weller, it was Madden Evans who attacked the footy very well there. And now the ball inside 50 for the Cats. Umpire blows his whistle though. It's going to be a free kick. There's a little bit happening on the far side of the ground. A little bit of push and shove. Zach Smith, Braden DeVries involved. So the umpires found something in all of that by the looks of it. They're still going. Jacob Bevis with you this afternoon from the Advocate. As I said, this is a big game in the context of the finishing positions, 3rd v 4th on the ladder. Oh, gee, that was a big attack there by Ethan Bond, it was. Wynyard are able to work it out of their defence. Jackson's been dispossessed. Clark working a kick out wide to Mickey Lanane. And then Lanane over the top with a nice measured kick there to Lambry. So Lambry with a squaring kick inside 50. Good mark there taken by Jed McGurk. Kicked a bag of goals a few weeks ago against Circular Head. I think it was 5 off memory. He didn't play last week because of illness, but he's back in the team. Of course, Ulverstone coming off a loss. They fell 40-plus points short as McGurk kicks the goal. So they're looking to respond to a loss to Burnie last week as Ulverstone, and they're off to a good start. There's a little bit going on in the wing here, a little bit of push and shove. as the Robins kick the first goal. A little bit of feeling early in this one. Now, what's happened here? There's going to be a free kick in the centre after that goal was kicked. So plenty of tensions early in this one as Bryce DeVries has the footy in his hands. Zach Smith, the coach of Wynyard's, off the ground after getting into a little bit of a barney. He had his jumper ripped and all, so he's replacing his jumper. Lucky I know what he looks like because he's put on the number 23, which is not his usual number. So they go inside 50. McGurk again. This could be a couple in a minute. Sharon Eager nearly almost giving away a 50 there, I reckon. But he moves out of the road. And this for 2 goals in a minute for Jed McGurk. This would be a brilliant start for the Robins. On he goes. Put that in your notebook. He's kicked a couple of goals, and Ulverstone, they have an early break here at a ground that they haven't won at for a very long time. 2017, the semi-final of that year was the last time they beat the Cats here. In fact, last year when the Robins beat the Cats in, I think it was the first week of finals, that was the first time the Robins beat the Cats for some time. But they haven't won here for less than a decade. So back we go. They win a clearance here, the Robins. Nash inside 50, but a good mark taken there by Hodgetts. And then he works a kick out wide to Ren Smith. So Smith was able to find a target out there on the outer side. They go inside 50. Keegan well at the target. He had a piece of it, couldn't quite mark. Madden Evans there as well, but the Robins are able to exit the defensive 50 through the foot of Todman. It lands on the wing. They work it through hands to Ulverstone, and the kick inside 50 is a penetrating one. Oh, McGurk could get number 3 here. He could. He doesn't because he fell to ground. Doesn't matter though. Ethan Bond, the man who puts Ulverstone 3 goals up early. How about this start? They have come out with intent and speed, and the way they're moving the footy right now is entertaining to watch, unless you're a Cats supporter, of course. So back in the middle we go. Peach and DeVries. Fleming with a little kick away, but it didn't really go very far. Quayle's kick has been smothered. And then coming in and collecting the footy and being tackled there was Clark. It was Curtin Brasendale who applied an excellent tackle. So we're going to get a ball up in the centre of the ground. Brasendale had it, lost it. Glenane involved. Ball not going anywhere in the mud pit. Wynyard also coming off a loss to Penguin. It was a narrow 2-point loss at Dial Park last week. So both teams trying to bounce back after losses last week in round 14 of the NWFL. They go inside 50, the Robins. Now that kick is a dangerous one. Oh, the check side by Kelly looked okay for a moment, but it has slid through for a behind. Kobe Smith. Now Ren Smith involved. Leafhaber in possession now on the far wing. If you've just joined, 19 plays 0. Ulverstone with the first 3 goals. 2 to McGurk and 1 to Ethan Bond. Egger in the long sleeves. Stafford it is actually. Riley Stafford to a fellow teammate who's also in the long sleeves in Brodie Peach, who's been doing most of the rucking. Towards the contest inside 50. No mark taken. And that ball not going anywhere. Forward pocket for the Cats. Bo Nash trying to get away with the footy, but he's been tackled over the line, and we're going to get a ball up. Or a ball in. No, in fact, it's a ball up. Stafford happy to see it over. So a ball in inside the Cats forward 50. DeVries and Bourne, it looks like, in the ruck this time. And then trying to get away with the footy there was Clark. Nash hacking a ball towards centre half back, but Jackson did well. Now Weller towards the top of the 50. Flanagan, though, good defensive effort. Just comes away with the footy and clears it away. Now Linane takes the mark on the wing. He's muddy as all. Might have to have a shower at half-time, perhaps, or maybe even quarter-time with the amount of mud he's got. Now McGurk's trying to pick it up. He's been taken high by Kobe Jackson. Kick intended for DeVries, but it was a good bit of play there to get it out of bounds by Pringle. So, ball back in, just outside Ulverstone's forward 50. Nash picks it up. Handballs it inboard. Lambry dropped it. Peach in hard. Tackled there by Lambry. So ball bobbling around for the moment. Now, what's happened here? Free kick. Just outside 50. Billy Sharman playing against his old team this afternoon. Oh, that's not a bad kick. It's a very good kick. And taking the mark there for the Robins was Lambry. So this is a big kick. This is for the first 4 of the game here at the Wynyard footy ground. Look at that. He gives it a good roost and puts it through truly. What a start this is for the Robins. The first 4 of the game. So back in the middle we go. Peach and Cruz do battle in the ruck. Peach might have just won the hit out there. Jackson trying to get away from the Todman tackle. It's going to be a stoppage in the centre square. We do it all again. Peach taps it down to Polly Cubank. He's back in the team after missing last week. Went up to Sydney with the Devils as an emergency. So the Robins go inside 50. It's been punched away, but only as far as DePauli Cubank, although Jackson was good enough to get a handball to Sharonega. Now towards Jenkins, who's one-on-one with Blair. Blair beats him, and then handballs it over the top to DePauli Cubank. Inboard towards Clark, but Jackson, he cuts it off. Jenkins got the handball from Peach after he received a handball. Kick's been smothered, though. And now Todman receiving it from Cruz. Kicks it towards Murphy Cohen. Couldn't mark, but was able to beat Curtis Brazendale, who kicks it towards the goal square. McKirk. No good. It's through for a behind. No Darcy Brazendale today, by the way. There's a Couple missing for Wynyard. So Egger towards Ren Smith, and now Curtis Brasendale in possession. Ren Smith kept on running. That was brilliant stuff by him. Towards Kabiki he goes, and he takes the mark in front of Wiggers. They've had a couple of inside 50s early on, Wynyard, but they haven't been able to score as of yet. Ball goes inside 50. It beats everyone to the boundary line. What a start this is for Ulverstone. First 4 of the game. Wynyard have a chance to respond here. It's inside there, attacking 50. Cruz tried to grab it out of the ruck. De Vries fumbled it momentarily. He then had a crack at a kick, but couldn't quite connect boot to ball. Blair now was able to shrug one off and then handball it out wide to Clark. He's under a bit of pressure, but he got a kick away. And the ball bobbling around here. It comes out for Fleming, who kicks it towards the pocket. And trying to control it there was Lilico. He's fumbled it out of play. So a boundary throw-in. Umpire's blowing his whistle here. He's found a free kick in amongst all that. Now he did point the wrong way there, the umpire. Confused us all, but it's going to go the way of Wynyard. It's going to be Marley Bourne to take the kick. So it's on its way. They needed that, the Cats, and they've got it. And Marley Bourne's the one that puts it through. Last time these two teams met, by the way, it was Ulverstone who came home with a rush in the last quarter to win 13-13, 91 to 13-5, 83. That was back earlier in the season. Gary Ablett played in that game for the Robins. No Gary Ablett here, of course. Cruz beats Bourne in the ruck, taps it down the throat of Nash, kicking it towards Murphy Cowan. He let Curtis Brasendale onto it and then applied the tackle, did Murphy Cowan. So ball locked up. It's a throw up here. Zach Smith. Egger with the handball to Bourne. Back to Egger. Now his kick intended for Leafhaber, but it's been cut off by Braden De Vries. Nicely done by him. Sets it up inside 50. No mark taken. Falls there to Droz. Ball bobbling around for the moment. And then trying to get away with the footy there was Smith, but he's been wrapped up. Just inside 50 for the Robins. Now, De Vries might have been taken high there. Umpire says yes. And Braden De Vries is a long way out, but he might have a chance to kick this one. This would be the 5th goal for Ulverstone. Notable goal kicker for the Robins is Braden De Vries with 13. Let's have a look. De Vries. Oh, look at the celebration. He loves it. And Braden De Vries kicks Ulverstone's 5th goal. And they are well on top in this first quarter, early days. 5-2, 32 to 1 straight. Back in the middle. Nash just picked it up and kicked it to centre half forward. Bouncing ball, McGurk to DePoli, Q-Bank. That is a brilliant measured kick to Murphy Cohen. And Murphy Cohen didn't kick a goal last week. He was a bit quiet. He's got a chance, though, to kick his first of the game here. 22 goals. What a kick this would be to put Ulverstone further in front as we approach time on in this first quarter. Gee, he celebrated before it even left the boot. That's how much he loved it. And Ulverstone, they just continue to dominate this one. $32 points the margin. This has been some sort of start by Ulverstone. Losers last week to Burnie in pretty convincing fashion, it's fair to say, but they are really on early in this game. Flanagan with the handball. Todman's kick was partially smothered. They all stacks on in the middle. Ball slipped out there, but it was too late. Umpire already called for a throw up. Peach. Leafhaber trying to go with the footy, but he's been held up. Even contest there between Peach and DeVries. Oh, gee, that's a good tackle there by Leafhaber on Bo Nash. And we're going to get another ball up here, according to the umpire. Umpires today, by the way, Kieran Simpson, Daniel Wilcox and Cameron Hingston, the one throwing it up there. Here's Todman with the clearance from the stoppage. They go inside 50 here. Gee, that's a good mark. It was a good delivery by Lambury. And Jet McGurk, he's already kicked a couple. This for his third. $15 goals for the season. That's including the couple of goals he kicked to start the game. So this would increase the margin even further. This has been an outstanding start by the Robins. We've ticked into time on. McGurk from the paint on a slight angle. It's on its way. I think it's sneaking through, you betcha. Another one to Ulverstone. Goal number 7. They've kicked 7-1. Three goals for McGurk. $44-6 as the ball goes back into the centre. They are making a real statement early in this game. Peach wins the hit out. Flanagan bursting through. They are dominating clearances here, the Robins. Clemens with a kick towards centre half forward. Here's Billy Sharman making his way through with the footy against his old team, and the kick has bounced out of play. Boundary throw in. Peach. And now McGurk's been held up there by the Cats. Peach taps it to Leafhaber. His kick was smothered. Egger. got his kick away, but only as far as Nash, who just burst his way through brilliantly. That was superb. And then taking the mark there for Ulverstone was Todman. And there's a little bit of afters after he took the mark. There's a bit of feeling in this game, as you would expect. Zach Smith in amongst it again. De Vries as well. That's, of course, of the Braden variety. But Todman has a chance to kick Ulverstone's 8th goal here. On an angle. Peach on the mark. Trying to put him off. And Todman just, unfortunately for him, just a bit offline to the right. For a minor score. So Kobe Smith now in possession. Jackson. Smith kept on running. Down the ground he goes. Towards a contest, comes off hands. Trying to get a handball away there was McCready, but it didn't really go to anyone in particular. Ulverstone working through hands. They work it back. Nash. Lillico had to get rid of it quickly. He did, but then he was held on to after that. So Lillico out wide. Griffiths. Out wide towards Clemens. Leafheber came away with it. Gave the handball off to Murphy, and then Murphy inside 50. Jenkins collects. Wheels around inside 50. Weller just got the mark. Stretched everything he got to get to that. And this too just increased the margin slightly in what has been a dominant opening term here by the Ulverstone Robins. Weller, prominent goal kicker for Wynyard this year. He's second on the leading goal kicker race. He's got it. Made no mistake. And the Cats just cut the margin back. $33 points the margin. Takes his tally to 45 goals, does Keegan Weller. He was 8 off Jono Freeman, who leads the goal-kicking race coming into today. Of course, Latrobe are playing circular head at Latrobe probably right about now. So back we go. Nash with the toe poke from the centre of the ground. They tried to work it through hands there, the Robins, but Wynyard are able to send a kick inside 50 through the foot of Egger. No mark. Jackson now had the last disposal, and that's going to do it in this opening quarter of this round 15 game. What a start for the Robins. 7-3-45 to 2 straight 12 on a cloudy Saturday afternoon here at the Wynyard Footy Ground. Goal kickers, 3 to McGurk, singles to Murphy Cohen, Braden De Vries and Ethan Bond involved. Keegan Weller kicked the last goal there of that quarter, and Marley Bourne kicked a goal earlier on. So, good start early for Ulverstone. Just late there, Wynyard able to reduce the margin to 33. And at the break, first break that is 7-3-45 to 2 straight 12. Stick around, we'll be back with more very shortly.
So anyway, so I'll pick the tube up, wrap it up in a pick it, which really does work.
Welcome back to Wynyard. Big game between the Cats and the Robins, and the Robins have the early advantage. 45 plays 12. Away we go in the second term of this one. And we're going to get a stoppage in the centre square. Peach with the hit out. Jackson had a piece of it but lost it. Pringle also did. Jackson nearly got it back. And now trying to burst his way through there was Clark. Egger did well. Was able to shove his opponent out of the way and then kick it inside 50. Wiggers back with the fly, couldn't quite take the mark. Bourne there, but can't quite reel it in. Spills out for the Cats, although it's been turned over. Quayle. They work it through hands here. DePoli, Cubank, Flanagan. Quayle with the kick towards Murphy Cowan. And Murphy Cowan just kicks it. It's been kicked to the wing there by Wynyard. Leaf Haber to Hodgetts, and now Bourne. Kicked a goal earlier, did Marley Bourne. He kicks it inside 50. We're going to get a ball up. Clemens just couldn't quite take the interceptive mark. He did follow it with a nice tackle, though. Bryce DeVries and Weller in the ruck. They work it through hands here, Ulverstone. Lilico involved, gives it to Blair. Chance here to move it. DePoli, Q-Bank. Lambry now inside 50. Mickey Linane probably should have marked that, but he dropped it, and then he collected it, and then ran into the trouble of Peach. And he's gone. And there's a little bit happening. He's had to do the job in the ruck this year for most of it, has Brody Peach. Handballs it off and they go out wide. Pringle handballs it off towards Jackson. He's under a bit of pressure here, but he did well to shrug off Flanagan and then kick it inside 50. No mark taken. It was a 2-on-2. Lilico just tapped it along the ground. Jackson coming in hard. He's a bit busy early in this quarter. Here's a chance for the number 8 in Fleming, the captain, who tries to square one inside 50, but it's Blair who takes the mark. Out wide to Clemens, and now Griffiths. That's a strong mark against his old team. Murphy Cohen inside 50. Is McGurk going to get the free kick for front on contact? You bet he is. Went one-on-one there with Kobe Smith, and he's come away with it. He's had a good start here, Jet McGurk. A bit crook last week. But this week, he does not look crook at all. He's kicked 3 goals early. This is probably his toughest shot yet. Let's have a look. Gee, that is a beautiful kick from a tough angle. It didn't worry Jet McGurk whatsoever, and he's kicked 4. We're only early in the second quarter, so he's still got time for plenty more if he keeps this up. Ulverstone 8-3-51 of the Cats. 2 straight 12. Around the grounds, there's other games happening. Penguin have the lead over East Devonport, 3-4-22 to East Devonport, 1 behind, and Latrobe Circular Head game only got underway a short time ago. That was a 2:25 start. Devonport Burnie doing battle under lights at 5:30 tonight as Bryce DeVries kicks it towards the 50. Ball bobbling around. Egger scrapped it there to Fleming. Leaf Heber. Oh, did well. Handballed it off to the running Hodgetts. Now he just kicks it as far as he can, but coming back to mark that was Ethan Clemens. Now he's been cut off there by Joby Pringle. Fleming now received a kick. Oh, that kick inside 50 overcooked. It was intended for Weller. Kubicki, though, was there. Gives it off to Weller. Just snapped it towards the goal square. It's top of the goal square. There to be marked. No one did. It falls to Liv Haber. That was brilliant. Egger, the receiver, and the goal kicker. So that takes the score to 8-3-51 to Wynyard 3 straight 18. Still early stages in this second quarter. We've gone just over 5.5. Back in the middle. Peach and Cruz. Cruz won the hit out there on that occasion. Pringle went in hard and got it out, but not to the intended target. Ulverstone trying to scrap possession, but Wynyard win it back. Fleming fed a handball out to Peach. He goes out wide in the Kubicki direction. He's one-on-one there with Ethan Clemens. And I don't think the ball was touched on the way to the boundary. So we'll get a free kick. Down the ground, out the back of the contest. Good mark taken there by Murphy. Murphy now kicking it towards the contest. Falls out wide. Now Kabicki's got some time here to collect. Size up the goal. Oh, he's kicked a point, although... Gee, where's the Cats? Players celebrated like they kicked a goal there, and... Oh, that was a close one. Goal umpire, though, in the right spot. So Ulverstone working it out to the outer side wing. But Zach Mark takes the mark. So Zach Smith turns it over. Quayle now. He's going to get it back after his teammate in Nash was under all sorts of pressure. So Cruz now towards the top of the 50. It's fallen out the back of a contest. And being tackled there for Wynyard was Murphy. And there was the Ethan Bond and Lambry applying the tackle there in the pocket. That's a throw. It's Kelly who gave up the free. It's going to be an advantage though. So Wynyard get on their bikes. Here's Madden Evans, the basketballer. Played his first senior game last week in the loss to Penguin. Gives it up though. Here's Lillico working a kick out wide. Griffiths receiving a handball. Todman now handballing it off. Griffiths got it back and out wide he goes to DePoli Qbank, who kicks it short over the top there to Kelly. Long way from home is Kelly, but he's kicked a few goals this year, 14. Now the kick won't have the distance or the accuracy. Jet McGurk in the spot there, but Droz was able to get a handball away in the direction of Zach Smith, the playing Cats coach. Ball's been locked up inside 50. So just a little bit of a hold-up, maybe a blood rule it is. Zach Smith coming to the ground. From the ground, I should say, and he'll have to come off through the blood rule. So the umpires threw it up and he's found a free here for holding. It's going to go the way of Peach. Kicks it out wide. They all crash the pack. Now here's Ren Smith booting one towards Weller, who takes the mark. He's outside 50. Small ground, spins around. He's got the distance all right, but the accuracy was not good. And Ulverstone are back in possession here. Todman. So Wynyard have done well here just to steady the ship for the moment in terms of stopping Ulverstone scoring. They're getting a lot of repeat inside 50s. Here's Jenkins. His kick intended for Fleming, but it was over the top. Todman with a little handball away. Umpire's blind his whistle here. Free kick going the way of Clark. And now Wiggers across the goal face he goes to Blair. Clemens. Short kick to DePoli Qbank. And that's a nice kick. So it's Lillico who goes sideways to Wiggers. And then Wiggers kicks it into the hands of Luke Murphy-Cohen, who loads up, kicks it inside 50. Can someone mark? Bond had a good piece of it. He went forward last week late in the loss to Burney and made an impact. Didn't mark on that occasion. Ball comes out of Ulverstone's forward 50. Jackson's taken a couple of bounces, shrugs one off, gives it off to Jenkins. Back to Kobe Jackson for one of the goals of the season, perhaps. He couldn't quite get it through. Weller's claiming it. We wait for the goal umpire's decision. And not 100% sure what's going on here. Is it a free kick to Ulverstone or Wynyard? It's a free kick to Ulverstone. Not 100% sure what that was for, but I'll let you, the viewers, decide on whether that was a free kick or not at home, as Clemens kicks it towards a contest. Apoli Kubank waited for it and he got it. And then he kicked it forward. Bond presented himself very well. Now McGurk is leading. Got it. Oh, that was brilliant. They're not holding any prisoners here, Ulverstone, with their ball use. They are slick indeed. And he's kicked for McGurk. He kicked one from a tight angle before. He'll be kicking one from just inside 50, you'd think, for his 5th goal of the afternoon. .31 points the margin, this to increase it to 37. Here he goes. Oh, he's given it a good ride, but it's hit the post for a minor score. Mason Hodges to take the kick out. Goes sideways. Ren Smith. His kick caught on the volley there by Leafheber. Ulverstone get it back though. Blair receiving a handball inside 50, crash and bang. No mark taken there by McGurk, but he gave himself a good opportunity. And now Nash has received a handball there from Murphy Cohen, kicks it towards the goals. Ethan Clemens had a piece of it, and the ball has been seen through for a behind, and there's a little bit of a scuffle. Kelly and Curtis Brasendale going head to head as Mason Hodges gets set to take the kick out here. Kicks it out to the direction of French. It's going to come back to French here by the looks of it. Kicks it down the ground. Weller. Brilliant contested mark. Looks like he's just going to set it up inside 50. That's exactly what he does. No mark taken. Falls to Jenkins. Jenkins trying to get his way out of a tackle, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. And that was good stuff there by the number 31, Ethan Clemens. Back from Tassie under-18 duties. Wiggers now, straight kick to Clemens. Got a crack at rep footy earlier this year, did Clemens. Now, that kick put Braden DeVries under a bit of pressure, but he dealt with it well, took the mark, and then went to Mickey Linane, who beats his opponent, and then kicks it inside 50. It was a good kick. Ethan Bond couldn't quite take the mark, though, so he squares it up inside 50. Nash couldn't mark. Gets a second bite, though, and he's been tackled. Held up. Umpire will have it. McGurk, wrapped up by a couple of cats. Weller's floated back in defence. He's in the ruck with Bryce DeVries. Now, Oliver DePoli Kubank trying to manufacture something from that stoppage, but his kick was well wide of the sticks. Zach Smith going short to French. Leafheber into the centre of the ground. There's a couple of cats there. They did well there to not run into each other. Here's McCready. Out wide he goes Kabiki direction. Couldn't mark. And now trying to get away with the footy there was Bourne, but he's been wrapped up in a tackle there. Free kick here going the way of Bryce DeVries. Kicks it down the ground. It's a 2-on-2. Although coming in to make a really good contest of it was Murphy, and that's out of play. Offhand, so boundary throw in. Even contest in the ruck there between Bryce DeVries and Marley Bourne. Now getting a kick away there was Murphy towards the contest, comes off hands. It's pinging around. Stafford's handball only to the advantage of Bryce DeVries, who collected it and bustled his way through traffic and then kicks it inside 50. No mark taken there. Falls to Murphy. Deals with it well, does he? The kick, although, was overcooked by Ren Smith. He's going to get a kick away, though. Now it passes a contest. Appeals for free kicks by the crowd. Clark came in, though, collected it. Gave it off. And that is a really good kick by Quayle. And Kelly's the one that takes the mark at centre-half forward. So Jordan Kelly's a long way from home here. Smaller ground, though. So he might be capable. Gives it a go. Just didn't have the accuracy. Hope you're enjoying this one. Round 15 NWFL action, the second last round of the season. Hard to believe that we are at the pointy end already as Wynyard work their way out of defence. Marley Bourne. Short to Murphy. He's been busy in the last couple of minutes. Has Murphy. Kobe Jackson. Got it on the chest. He's having a good season. Consistent senior player is Kobe Jackson this year. We're not far away from time on, by the way. Approaching 19 minutes gone. Here's a chance. Madden Evans. Gee, that's not a bad kick in terms of distance, but accuracy, not so. Flanagan. Bryce DeVries out the back of a pack. Now Murphy Cowan's the target here. Murphy Cowan just tapped into space. Mickey Lanane comes in to help out. Hodgetts applying all sorts of pressure. Kobe Smith it was who picked it up and then sprayed the kick out of bounds on the full. Murphy Cowan free kick here. He wanted to get on with it straight away, but the umpire's telling him to kick it from the mark. So he roosts it inside 50. DePoli, Q-Bank. Gee, had a good piece of it. Couldn't complete the mark. And the ball is out of play. Inside Ulverstone's forward 50. We are ticking into time on. We'll get another stoppage. It's been held up in the hands of Murphy. It's on the paint. Quayle snaps one towards the sticks. Ethan Bond direction, who goes toe-to-toe with Curtis Brasendale. They both push and shove one another as the ball goes through for a behind. Hodgetts now to Fleming. That's an aggressive kick, but it works to Zach Smith in the centre square of the ground. Handballs it off. Fleming to the top of the 50. Comes off hands. Stafford there, the crummer, in the direction of Weller. Slipped through his hands. Egger trying to get away with the footy. It's a bit of a stalemate here for the moment. Umpire Hingston comes in and says, I'll have it. Feels like an evener second quarter, this one, compared to the first, as we see a holding the ball. going the way of Bo Nash. Turns it over though. And now Leaf Habber in possession. Kicks it deep. No mark. Taken. So a boundary throw in. Weller grabs it out of the ruck. Lost it straight away though. Cruz got the handball to Lillico. Out wide to Deboli Qbank. Doing a bit of dancing. Gets the kick away down the ground. They work it through hands here, Ulverstone. Nash with a kick into the centre of the ground. Ethan Bond. Now, he's got a man streaming deep. It's McGurk. Couldn't mark. Curtis Brasendale got a hand on it. That was nicely done. And the ball goes out of play. Boundary throw in. Just wide of the goals. 55 plays 21, and we're just about to clock over 23 minutes gone in this second quarter at Wynyard Footy Ground. Chance here for Ollie Depoli Qbank for some magic. He kicked a couple of really good goals a couple of weeks ago against Devonport in the loss. And that kick is sprayed wide to the left. Kobe Smith out wide. Brody Peach trying to pick it up. Here's Lanane. Handballing it off to Clay Griffiths. Inside 50. Comes off hands. It's a foot race here. Mason Hodgetts trying to gather it. He just decided to tap it to the boundary line. There's appeals there for deliberate, but umpire says throw it in. Ball comes back in. Ren Smith now in possession. Handballing it off. They go inside 50. Good mark taken there out wide by Marley Bourne. Loads up towards the top of the 50 he goes. Clemens got his hands in. Off the deck it goes. Leaf Habber somehow put that one through. And Ulverstone, they give up another goal there, so it's a 2-1 second quarter. It hasn't really been as high scoring as the previous. We need to cut back the margin here. So 56 to 27. Not far to go in this second quarter, I'd suspect. Here goes Zach Smith with the clearance. No mark taken. Jackson Blair, the first one back to collect. Clemens receives the handball. Out wide he goes to Griffiths. Couldn't quite get on the end of it though. Ball bobbling around out there. Squirts out to Fleming. Handballs it off to Weller. Gives it off to Egger. Top of the 50. No mark taken. Now Clemens has got to be good here of the Ethan variety. Gets a handball away. Lilligo was stripped to the footy. Leaf Habber received a kick from Stafford. Has been tackled. And it's holding the ball, and it's a 52. Not sure what the 50 was for, but it's going to bring Clark to the centre of the ground just about. Short to DeVries. DeVries out wide. McGurk takes a screamer. He is having an enormous game, is Jed McGurk, and that was a brilliant contested mark. Siren sounds, so this will be a kick after the siren, the second term here at Wynyard. $29 points the margin currently to make it a 35-point lead at the major break. It's twisting and turning that kick, but he gets it through. He has kicked 5 goals in this first half, Jed McGurk. He is putting on some sort of party, and they get around him. And so they should. Ulverstone, they hold a 35-point lead at the major break. That score 9-8-62 to Wynyard 4-3-27. 5 goals to McGurk, Murphy Cohen and De Vries with singles. And we've got single goal kickers for Wynyard. Leif Haber scored the last goal there for the Cats a moment ago. Weller's kicked a single, Egger and Bourne likewise. So it's going to be an interesting second half. Don't go anywhere on the AFL Tas live stream. It is the Robins by 35 points at the major break. Stay tuned. Back shortly.
Loitering out on a doorstep again. I thought I might try to win her back. More confidence. I'm a little nervous about coming down. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more. The first one felt like more than I could take. So I hit the ground running so hard, whittled my soul away. Try to keep my hopes up, but they keep falling down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more. And the last time around, I Before I met you, love was just a bunch of nonsense. Just another mystery I didn't understand. Was living without it so long that it didn't even feel wrong. Before I met you, love was just another concept. Something I could only witness from a distance. But this fool felt somehow the moment I held you close. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words to it justice. Oh, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. People say you're pretty good at conversation. I got a way of over-articulating. But when you first looked my way, I forgot my own name. Stuttering, stumbling, falling apart. Feels like I lost my mind but found my heart. It's like I'm dreaming while I'm wide awake. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words do it justice. Oh, but I'm sure gonna try. It's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. Call it dumb love. You got me love struck. Can't get enough of this high. Can't deny that you're the cause and the cure of these clumsy No one could ever explain this. Words do it justice, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't take it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. You are my living, breathing love divine. Every night of the week seems brighter and close as it used to be. And there's more tequila in this old town than pines in Tennessee. I ain't the man I thought I'd be. And these neon lights that keep me up got me thinking. Maybe mom and dad had it right all along. We're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out. and get married before you're 20. But I've been running like a southbound train, as fast as a northern summer with no one around. And it's making me wonder if maybe mom and dad had it right all along, and we're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. No, I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, living in our hometown. Don't overdrink it. If you find love, don't overthink it. Just find yourself a good, and don't you let it go. That's what they told. Maybe mom and dad had it right all along, and we're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, staying in our hometown, yeah, in our hometown, yeah.
Welcome back to Wynyard. Third quarter action underway between Wynyard and Ulverstone. Ulverstone holding the advantage at half-time, 62-27, 35-point margin as Wynyard go inside 50. Blair with the clearing kick. Lands on the wing. Ren Smith collected it beautifully and then handballed it off to Fleming, who gives it off out wide. Ball just bobbling around for the moment. Fleming. They work it through hands here, Wynyard. It was started by French. Zach Smith now getting a kick away. Landing it in the hands of Fleming. So Fleming, gee, that was a big leap there by Clemens. Didn't mark though at half back as Wynyard go to the top of the goal square. No mark taken. Blair got the handball away. Clearing kick there by Ethan Clemens. And now what's happened here on the outer side? It's going to be a free kick going the way of Kelly. Short to De Vries. Off the Braden variety to centre half. 40 goes. No mark taken. Peach had a piece of it for a moment. Ethan Bond got a kick away as he was tackled, but only as far as Zach Smith, who goes out wide to Ren Smith, and then he progresses down the ground of the wing to Marley Bourne. Inboard. Cut off there by Braden De Vries, who got a fist in. And then he kept on running and got the handball from DePoli Cubank. Goes towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Droz did well. Good defensive effort. Handballed it to Zach Smith, and then out wide he goes to Ren Smith. Now in possession of it. Here's Hodgetts, who goes down the ground towards a contest. DePoli Cubank had it for a while. Ball just bobbling around. No one can get a clear handle on it for the moment. Umpire will have to ball it up. Bryce DeVries. They work it through hands here, Ulverstone. Inside 50. Oh, McGurk. He's kicked 5 already in this game so far. We've only played a half. The ball spills out of play. Deep inside 50 here for the Bombers. Peach was the first to get to it. Handball came in there by Nash, but it's slapped back out. Quayle picked it up and sent it inside 50 there for Ulverstone. Here's a go. It's to the top of the goal square. Oh, Kelly. Gee whiz, that was superb. There was a handball from Bond who basically just handballed it onto his foot, and Kelly just went whack straight through. A little bit of soccer skills there on display. And that puts the margin back out. 68 plays 27. So back we go in the middle. Bryce DeVries beating Peach in the ruck. Falls out to Flanagan. Towards centre half 40 goes. Smith with a little fist in, but it falls to Nash, who guides the kick inside 50 McGurk direction. Had a hand on it, but couldn't reel it in. Zach Smith came in to help out. Curtis Brasendale with the kick. It's been smothered. And smothering that was Ethan Bond, and it goes over the line for a behind. So good kick there by Mason Hodgetts to Weller. Now that's a very aggressive kick. Egger's going to have to do something spectacular to get to that. He's going to get it anyway. It's a free kick, but despite Wiggers marking it. Now inside 50, towards the goal square he goes. Leafhaber decides to handball it off to Peach, who had no company whatsoever. And he bangs it through, and Wynyard get one back. So a goal apiece in this third quarter, early stages. We've played 5 minutes. Scores around the ground, by the way. Penguin leading East Devonport 11-8, 74 to 2 behinds. And in the game between Latrobe and Circular Head, it's 46 plays 20 there. So 26-point margin. Back in the middle we go. Brody, Peach and Cruz does battle. Peach, or do battle I should say. Peach won the hit out. Weller feeding a handball out to Fleming, who's been tackled by Nash. Peach just slaps it into the hands of Pringle. That was nicely done. Who just dropped it on the boot and kicked it anywhere. Now Leafhaber did well. Got a kick away to Bourne, and then Bourne tumbling ball. Madden Evans with a snap, but it's been smothered. It falls to Pringle, handballs it off to Jackson. He couldn't take it cleanly. Gets a second bite, but he's hassled by Clark. Ball spills out. Clark handballs it to Flanagan, and now to Polly Kubank, who works a kick to Mickey Lannan. Left Smith behind, but he's got to kick it quickly. Hodgetts was coming for him, and he did that very well, Mickey. Kicks it into the hands of Nash inside 50. Ethan Bond direction. Falls out the back. Kelly kicked a goal moments ago. Handballs it off to Ethan Bond. What a tackle. Sharon Egger. That is beautiful stuff by the co-captain. And he didn't waste any time getting the kick away out wide to Ran Smith. And then he gives it off to French. Kicks it down the ground to Bourne. Now, I think he's been told to play on here, remarkably. Gets the handball away. Todman was the first onto it as the ball landed in grass. He's kicked to Kelly. Was he taken high? He sort of went down and held his head, but he's okay. Play resumes here, or continues. Bourne and Griffiths going at it, and the ball's been locked up on the outer side of the Wynyard footy ground. So ball bobbling around for the moment. Ren Smith toe poked it out and it wasn't touched, so that will be a free kick. Last disposal rule, of course, coming into effect at the start of 2026. I'm sure you all know about that. Cruz received a handball from Ethan Bond. Now McGurk handballing it to Nash, who's been pinged, I think, by Zach Smith. Good tackle there by the coach. He wants to get things moving quickly, and he does. Down the wing he goes to Fleming. Fleming stopping and then working out wide to Leafheber. Kicks it to a teammate on the run. It's Ren Smith who goes inside 50. That's a good mark though by Lillico. Now Blair. Handballs it off to Flanagan. Not the best of kicks. He would want that back. So it's Pringle who takes the mark, and then into the centre he goes. Marley Bourne inside 50. Good presentation there by Weller. So Weller from the centre square, basically. That's where he's starting his run-up. Second on the leading goal kicker tally. Oh, that's nice. That is beautiful stuff. Keegan Weller gets his second goal of the game. And Wynyard are just reducing the margin slightly, giving themselves a chance. So back we go in the middle. Here's Cruz coming away with the footy, the ruckman. Inside 50 for Ulverstone, Murphy Cohen direction. DeVries receiving a handball, kicking it in the direction of Ethan Bond. They all crash the pack in the end. Stafford, now he's given it up to DePauli Kubank. That's a dangerous man to give the ball to. But his kick has been marked there by Wynyard. Ren Smith it was. So they're working it outside the defensive 50 here, the home team. Curtis Brasendale. Short to Marley Bourne, who kicked it to him in the first place. Then inside 50, well of the target, didn't mark, brought it to ground. Leafhaber came in and collected, but wrapped up. Bourne. Kobe Jackson now being tackled there by Clark. Oh, here's a chance for Kobe Jackson. Got it from the ruck contest and missed it to the right of the goal face. 29-point lead. It was 35 at half-time. Kick into the centre by the Robins, but it's been marked by the Cats. Hodgetts, who took the mark, pumped it inside 50, but didn't get the result he wanted. Here's to Polly Qbank receiving it. And then working a nice kick to Lambry. Low along the ground, the kick was to Linane, who's been tackled by Jacob French. Going to get another stoppage. Polly Qbank. High up and under. Hodgetts. Now Kubicki. So ball comes back in. Peach knocks it away. Bryce DeVries with a handball to Sharman, who loads up inside 50. Droz nearly marked it. He's been good in defence this year for the Cats. Now Quayle's under enormous pressure. Umpire said play on despite a really good tackle there by Curtis Brasendale. Wynyard come away with it here. Peach to Kubicki and then out wide to Kobe Jackson, who took the mark. Now he wheels around and kicks in the direction of Well. He's got a couple to beat though. Lillico came in and kept the ball in front of him. Ball peeing around. Fleming handballed it to Ren Smith over the top. Chance here, although Blair. Brilliant tackle there on McCready, who just held onto the footy a little bit too long. He goes short to Lilligo. Wiggers. Out wide to Griffiths. Aggressive kick into the centre to Bowen Clemens, and then he goes short. Quayle receives a handball. Murphy Cohen. Brilliant mark inside 50. Lambry was involved in all that as well. He was the one that gave it off to Quayle. And Luke Murphy Cohen has kicked one goal today. This to put the margin back to 35, which is where it was at half-time. So we'll be kicking from just inside 50. He's pushed it out to the right side of the face. Hodgetts to Kubicki. Kicked a bag of 5 goals last week in the loss to Penguin. Kicks it out wide in the Weller direction. He nearly marked it. Went in for a second crack. He was able to shrug one off and then go for a little bit of a run, but his kick was partially smothered. Oh, now the handball there to Linane. He wasn't looking. Nash handballed straight to him and he wasn't looking. And the ball's been held up on the wing. Grandstand side of the ground. Peach pushes it out wide, only as far as Nash. His kick was affected by the tackle, and as a result, it went straight to Fleming. Hodgetts into the centre square, and it's Ren Smith. Now Peach. Inside 50. Braden DeVries, he's turned it over. Kubicki went one way, decided to go the other. Crowd reckon he's kicked a goal, but he's missed it. So Wiggers plays on quickly to Nash. 10-10-70 to 6-5-41. The score here in the third quarter as we approach time on. Griffiths handballs it off. They go inside 50, or just about, does Ulverstone. Quayle did well. Tapped it to space and then ran onto it and then kicked it into the hands of Linane, who didn't quite complete the mark over there on the far side of the Wynyard footy ground. Going to get a ball up. Cruz grabbed it out of the ruck, kicked it towards McGurk, who was there. DePoli Qbank handballed it off to Murphy Cohen, who might be pinged here. Some good pressure applied here by Wynyard, and Kobe Jackson with a brilliant tackle. Goes short to Brasendale, and now Hodgetts gives it off to Fleming. Fleming out wide, Leif Haber just dropped it at a very crucial moment. He had it for a good while though. Nash receives a handball from Flanagan. He was taken high, but it's the advantage that the umpire pays. DePoli Qbank. Clark now down the ground in the direction of Kelly, but in the way was Curtis Brasendale. And we're going to get a ball in. Now something's going on here. Tommy Leaf Heber has done something here. The jumper is covering his arm, so that is not a good injury for Wynyard. No injuries are, but he's a very important player. So umpire calls for play to be resumed. Zach Smith got it from the ruck contest. Kicks it down towards Jenkins, but getting in the way there was Jackson Blair. Holly Qbank from the congestion got a kick away. It was a hacking kick towards Lenane. Couldn't get onto it though. And then French got the footy, but he was tackled and wrapped up, and the umpire says, I'll have it. Cruz taps it to DePoli Qbank. Nash inside 50. Lenane waited for it off the pack, and then he was tackled. It spills out. Lambry trying to get onto it. Todman with a handball. Can Kelly work some magic? Not quite. It's gone through for a behind. Hodgetts just straight down the guts, and it worked well. Curtis Brasendale takes the mark. Eggers calling for it short. He ignores him. He's looking to go to the far side of the ground, and that's exactly where he goes. He took his time though. Stafford trying to run onto it. He didn't quite mark it though. Lillico met him with a huge tackle. And the ball not going anywhere. (6:5:41) to 10:11:71 is the score that's on the board. Robbins with the lead, of course. It's been the first quarter that's really setting them up at the moment. Still a quarter and a bit to be played. We get another stoppage. Peach taps it down. That was beautifully done to Egger. Out wide he goes to McCready, but he dropped it. Nash. So good in that situation. Handballs it to Clark. He's been tackled and pinged. Good tackle there by Jenkins with the helmet. On the scoreboard side of the ground is Jenkins. Pops it up. Clemens got up on the back of his opponent. And the ball's been locked in. Lillico had it for a moment. Wynyard might be a chance here. Kobe Jackson picks it up. The snap kick wasn't great though, it was too low, and on the last line to see it through was Wiggers. Short to the pocket to Flanagan. Clemens. And now Todman down the ground. McGurk presented himself well, but Kobe Smith got a fist in. Now a chance here for holding the ball. And it's going the way of McGurk. Long way from home is McGurk, so he kicks it to centre half forward. Linane attacked it hard. Egger with the handball. Murphy received it. Gave it off to French, who kicks it to grass on the outer side. Jackson Blair the first to it. Ren Smith is tracking him, but Blair did well to turn around and kick it into the hands of Griffiths. Aggressive kick into the centre. Nash the recipient. Out wide, Murphy Cohen's all alone. And he takes the mark on the paint. 50-metre paint, that is. He's going to be kicking from an angle. I reckon he fancies himself here by the looks of it. He's kicked one goal. He missed one earlier this quarter, did Luke Murphy Cohen. 23 goals for the season, all up, including the goal earlier that he kicked. So kicking on an angle, we're looking straight at it, if you're watching, of course. Doesn't have the accuracy. Wynyard try to kill it. Hodgetts just hacks it away, but only as far as Sharman, who's going one-on-one with Murphy. Billy Sharman did well, and then he was taken high. Hodgetts giving away the free. So Billy Sharman squaring a kick. No mark taken. Umpire blows his whistle. Free kick going the way of Wynyard for some high contact. So they kick it around here. The Cats. Kobe Jackson down the ground. Bryce DeVries looked like he was going to mark it. He was unsuccessful, though. He got the handball, though, from Lillico, and then the kicking board was not his best work. It went straight to Stafford. So Riley Stafford, also a handy cricketer. Inside 50. Weller didn't mark it, but he was pushed, according to the umpire. So it's going to be a free kick. And it's going to go the way of Keegan Weller. He's kicked a couple of goals today. Kicking on a slight angle. Usually a good kick at the footy. He's trying to catch up to Jono Freeman, who's leading him on the leading goal kicker tally. That will help him. Third goal for Keegan Weller. And they are just hanging around here, Wynyard. After the Robins got off to a brilliant start in the first quarter. Wynyard have been in the game since. 7-2 at quarter time. Two in the second quarter, and Wynyard have done well in his third quarter, but they're still a fair bit behind as Ulverstone go inside 50. And McGurk, it looks like, has the football on that outer side. It's going to be the last kick of the quarter because the siren has sounded. He's already kicked 5 goals. If you've been watching the coverage throughout, you'd know that, of course. So here we go. McGurk kicked the last goal of the previous quarter. He does it again to end the third. How about that? 6 goals for Jed McGurk. It has been A really good performance from him. And that's three-quarter time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're watching. Hope you're enjoying this one. That score at three-quarter time, 11-11-77 to Wynyard 7-4-48. We'll take a quick break here on the AFL Tas live stream. Back with more in just a moment. Welcome back to this round 15 game between Wynyard and Ulverstone. And we've got the fourth quarter getting underway now. Ulverstone in a very commanding position here, 77-48. It has really been set up by the first quarter. But who knows? If Wynyard can get an early goal here, it might start a bit of momentum. They go inside 50. Here's Kabicki. His handball intercepted there by Ulverstone. Here's Peach going inside 50. Being dispossessed with the footy there was Wilson, and Wynyard, or Ulverstone I should say, are able to repel. Griffiths hadn't lost it. He was met with contact there by French. They work it through hands. Pringle tackled down there by Linane. He's done some good things today. And umpire's seen something he doesn't like here, a bit of holding. Looks like it's going to go the way of Wynyard. French, short kick out wide to Hodgetts. Bit going on there between Lambry and Smith. Smith fell to ground off the ball, but here go Wynyard. Egger receives it from Pringle. He's got a bit of pressure to contend with. Here's Jenkins feeding it out to Pringle, out wide to Fleming. Squaring kick inside 50. Well, no, in fact, it's Madden Evans. He didn't take the mark, but it doesn't mind him. He recovered and snapped and then fell to ground, but the goal stands. And Madden Evans, who made his debut last week at senior level, he's got a basketball background. He has given Wynyard some hope here. It would be some comeback if they were able to get back into this, given, or win this, given they've been down for most of the match, or all the match pretty much. But 23 points is not a big lead at all. So back in the middle we go. Peach and DeVries go at it. Nash inside 50, getting the clearance for Ulverstone. Smith was the first one there on the pocket. He kicks it towards Peach. Couldn't quite mark. Lambry got it off the ground and then handballed it off to Bryce DeVries, who sent it inside 50. McGurk has just been so dangerous this afternoon. His presence has been felt across this game. He's kicked 6 goals. This for number 7. This would just be huge. This would extend the margin back out to 29. It's on its way. It's a little bit wobbly and it is wide. Around the grounds, Penguin doing it easy over East Devonport, 21-13, 139-128, and 10-7, 67-4-3. 27 is the score there at Latrobe in favour of the Demons. Linane couldn't quite mark. Here's Lambry spinning around his opponent, getting a handball to McGurk, who gave it off to Braden DeVries. Steps around Kobe Jackson, tries to go all the way. It's a low ball. It's touched through and killed for a minor score. They're peppering the goals, Ulverstone, after conceding the first of this quarter. So here we go. Out wide, Lillico goes toe-to-toe with Weller. Clemens' handball was good to Braden DeVries. Now Nash. Out wide to Lambry. Lambry loads up and kicks it towards the goal square, and seeing it through there was Kobe Smith. That was nicely done by the youngster. Straight down the guts. Kobe Jackson couldn't mark. Oh, Egger, that was brilliant. Came in, he's keeping the ball in front of him as he fumbles it. He eventually picked it up and then sent it out wide. Chance here for Marley Bourne, squares it up, and Madden Evans dropped it. Had a chance at a second perhaps. Now Egger, has he been taken high there? He has, by Wiggers. And Egger wants to get things moving quickly. Peach is the target. But that is a good mark. He's having some sort of season, is Bowen Clemens. Got a crack at rep footy for the first time, and he is very good in defence. Hodgetts tried to do a bit too much, and he's been tackled, and now Braden DeVries and Hodgetts having a bit of a scuffle, but DeVries eventually gets up and will take his kick. Down the ground he goes, kick cut off by Kobe Jackson. Jackson towards the contest. Flanagan to Polly Cubank, and now Nash hits up Ethan Bond. Marked it on the second attempt. Out wide. Murphy Colin twisting, turning. McGurk decides to just concede a little bit of ground here. And Ethan Bond is the man in possession. Outside the defensive 50, or forward 50. He's going to go for it. Has kicked one today, has Ethan Bond. Had a brilliant goal assist earlier as well, where he handballed it onto the boot of Kelly, who socketed it through. So Ethan Bond loads up and has the distance. Accuracy, though, not so much. So Kobe Smith to take the kick out, sells a little bit of candy, takes the bounce, just kicks it as far as he can towards Egger. It's not a bad chance, this. Egger stops and props and then handballs it off. Fleming, the co-captain, the two co-captains combining. His kick was smothered, and then the ball spills out of a scuffle. And the umpire says, I'll have it. So it was held up. Jenkins trying to bustle his way through, but held up top of the goal square for the Cats. 81 to 54, Ulverstone have led this game throughout. Oh, what about that, Sharon Egger? He was just weaving through traffic to get to goals, and he's put it through, and there's still some life here for the Cats. That margin cut back to 21 points with nearly 8 minutes gone in the final term. It's 29 points at three-quarter time. 35 at half-time. Ulverstone, Wynyard, I should say, have kicked 2-1 in this fourth quarter. Here's Todman. Inside 50. McGurk. Quayle. Handball to DePoli. Cubank was dropped, and then he's been pushed in the back, I think. According to the umpire anyway. And this will be a chance for DePoli Cubank. Back in the team this week. He went away with the Devils last week. That's why he didn't play. So directly in front. Kicking from just inside 50 by the time he takes his run up. This to send the margin back out to 35. He has missed that one as DePoli Cubank. Left of the goal face. So a minor score. Here's Hodgetts wandering out of the goal square. Takes a bounce, sends it into the centre. Comes off hands, falls to DePoli Cubank. Now Quayle receiving it, sending a bomb towards the goals. He hasn't got that, has he? He has nailed that one from downtown as Jordan Quayle. He has got a booming kick. It's an accurate kick, and Ulverstone back out to a 28-point lead. Every time Wynyard just seemed to get a goal or two, Ulverstone are able to respond and kick the margin back out, and that's been the story of the day since quarter time, when Ulverstone kicked 7-2. Back in the middle we go. Cruz and Keegan Weller in the ruck this time, with Brodie Peach off the ground. Weller has somehow managed to feed it out, but only to the advantage of Quayle. And then he goes to the lead of Ethan Bond, who beats Curtis Brasendale to the ball. He's got Murphy Cohen. Oh, brilliant. Good kick by Bond, and Luke Murphy Cohen makes no mistake with taking the mark. And this for his second goal. He's had a couple of opportunities to kick his second, but he's been a little bit inaccurate. It's probably been the story of his year. But he's got a chance to kick one from an angle. Luke Murphy-Cohen. This to make it really difficult for Wynyard, even though we've ticked over 11 minutes. It's another behind for Luke Murphy-Cohen, another behind for Wynyard. Ulverstone, I should say. 12-17-89 to 9-6-60. 29-point margin. Big kick to the wing, but Todman read that very well. Inside 50. Oh, gee, Kobe Jackson nearly took a one-handed mark. Not to be, though. Braden DeVries, his kick was turned over. Kabicki got it from McCready, who was in the way, and then gave it off to Sharon Egger. Now Pringle running on by, kicks it to a one-on-one. Peach up against Wiggers. Peach dropped a mark he probably should have taken. He was being held according to the umpire, so Brodie Peach is going to get the free kick and a potential chance to bring the margin back to 23 points. He's been in the ruck for most of the day, has Brodie Peach. He's up forward for the moment, and he's got a chance to register himself a goal on the score sheet. It's coming back, it's coming back. Oh, just touched on the line in the end. It looked very good for a while. So here goes Bowen Clemens. Now McGurk's got a market in between a couple of Wynyard players. He ended up with the footy because it was dropped. And now here's a chance. Topoli Qbank with 3 bounces. Handballs it off. Garithis, I think it was, to the top of the goal square. No mark taken there by Murphy Cohen. And the ball's been locked up in the goal square. Droz in the ruck, tapped it away. Oh, Wynyard have turned it over. And Mickey Linane, who played with the Cats a couple of seasons ago, has put it through. That definitely hurts the Cats. It's out to 34 points. Nineteenth goal this season for Mickey Linane. Bryce DeVries beats well in the ruck, taps it down to Egger. He was tackled down to the ground and incorrectly disposed of the footy. Here goes Nash. He's got a player coming for him, but he kicks it inside 50 in the direction of Cruz. But when you do well, they're able to work their way outside defensive 50. Here's a kick from McCready to Jenkins with a helmet. Pringle comes in and collects, but it's going to be a free kick to Jenkins. Towards Peach and between a couple of Wynyard players. Lillico had a piece of it. But I think the ball has spilled out of play. It has. Bryce DeVries taps it away to Braden. Brothers combining there. Here's French feeding a handball out wide. Kobe Jackson goes inside 50, crash and bash. Marley Bourne had a piece of it. Clemens with the clearing kick. French it was, tried to mark it. And now the ball is not going anywhere. Plenty of players holding that footy in. 15 and a half gone. 34 points, the margin. Here's Nash. Was able to collect it before going out. Flanagan inboard. Bryce DeVries trying to work a handball to Nash, but he already had players around him. Oh, look at that. Egger shrugging one off. It was Nash who he shrugged off. Keegan Weller now receiving it. Giving it off to French. Goes down the ground. Marley Bourne couldn't quite mark. There's appeals for a free kick there, but they're not going to get it. Or are they? Oh, it's going to be a free kick going the way of Blair. Short to Lillico. Now that kick is not the best. It was intended for Topoli Q-Bank, but brilliantly done there by Madden Evans, who's been getting involved in this last quarter. Kicked a spectacular goal to start the term off. And this for his second if he's good enough. It's on its way, it's missed. (95-62). Clements. His kick was turned over. Madden Evans again. His kick, though, straight into the lap of Bowen Clemens. Big kick out wide. Good mark taken there by Murphy. Goes into the centre. Here's Jacob French. But again, Bowen Clemens, what about that for a defensive mark? He's just been one of the best defensive players this year, I would have thought. He's having a good one. So Blair to Sharman now. And then Sharman, a big high kick out wide. Peaches underneath it, had some hands on it, but couldn't quite complete the mark. And now Egger's handball is to Pringle, who's been wrapped up. Peach taps it away in the ruck. Pringle has been wrapped up there by a couple of Robins. Cruz just hits it beautifully to Sharman, who then kicks it in the direction of Ethan Bond. Didn't mark, but he got a second bite of the cherry and then kicks it towards centre half. Forward, McKirk came out like he owns the forward line and took the mark. Can he kick goal number 7? Not sure if this is a career high for him. If he does do it, it's definitely kicked 5 at one stage this season. I think it was against Circular Head. I think it was 5. Directly in front from long range. He puts it through. 7 big snags for Jet McGurk. He has had a day out at Wynyard. And Ulverstone are going to be very hard to beat now, you would think. So definitely his season high, Jed McGurk. He did kick 5 earlier in the season against Circular Head. In fact, it was last month. Ball not quite going anywhere there in the centre of the ground. Cruz taps it down. Nash with the dinky kick out wide, but Pringle was able to get to it, and now Egger receives a handball, twisting, turning, has to go back to Pringle, who lost it straight away. Egger's toe poke was very good. Here's Ren Smith, gives it off to Hodgetts towards centre half, 40 goes, umpire blows his whistle. It's going to be a free kick for high contact. I'd say it probably be down the ground. It will be. Keegan Weller. I reckon he might go for the shot here. He's kicking from a long way out, but he might feel like he's good enough. He's definitely a sharpshooter this season, no question about it. Beautiful. He's kicked his 4th, Keegan Weller. And so it just cuts the margin back slightly, but we're into time on. Keegan Weller 4 goals. It's a game high for Wynyard. $33 points the margin. Cruz. He's been all right in the ruck today. Inside 50. Nice work there by Murphy, spinning around and getting rid of it. French now to Jenkins. Kicks it down the ground, but only as far as Lillico. Cruz now to Blair, to Quayle, all combining handballs. And then kicks it inside 50. It's landed out wide. Ethan Bonds being hassled here. Ball bobbling around Egger. Now Pringle. Ren Smith. Down the ground he goes. Brody Peach with a very good mark. It was a contested mark. Goes towards a contest. Good mark taken there, though, by Bowen Clemens and now wingers. Oh, now that kick is going to put Clark under enormous pressure, but he dealt with it well. He took the mark. Nash has been busy today. Towards Kelly. It's been intercepted. Falls to ground. Kelly went in for a dip and got the handball out. Cruz got it from Nash and then kicks it out wide. Here's McGurk, who's, as I've mentioned before, he kicked 7 goals and he kicks it short. And that's a really good kick there by Lambrey to Braden DeVries. Kick 1 today, Braden DeVries. Just missed it. Kobe Smith with a bounce. Kicks it as far as he can towards the forward line, but Griffiths was there to cut it off. Clark. Now Clemens. This is Bowen Clemens. There's 2 Clemens out there today. Goes in the direction of Kelly. Putting him under pressure there was Egger. And the ball has gone out of play. Peach. Another ball in. It's been a very good performance this by the Robins. Sends a bit of a message to the competition. And if they win next week, they'll probably pretty much confirm the double chance in third position. Wynyard will go 4 points clear of us, 4 points behind Ulverstone now. Probably fall to fifth if Latrobe ends up beating Circular Head. Here's Kobe Jackson handballing it off to Peach. Ren Smith now getting a kick inside 50. Weller for his fifth. He didn't mark it. Gee, burst his way through though. Not one but two. And he snaps it. 5 goals for Keegan Weller. That will do his chances very good. I know he wants to win the leading goal kicker. He was 8 off Freeman coming into this afternoon. Now Freeman's obviously playing today, so who knows how many he ends up with, but Weller is well and truly in the mix to finish top of the competition goal kickers. Margin back to 28. Ball bobbling around. Todman kicks it towards Ethan Bond, didn't mark it. Here's Kobe Smith towards Fleming. Left it behind. Lillico came out of traffic very well. Kick was ricocheted and out of play, but that's it. Ulverstone's first win at Wynyard since 2017. And it was a dominating performance set up in the first quarter when they got a big head start. And they've ended up winning 14-18, 102 to 11, 8, 74, a 28-point margin. And it really sends a message to the rest of the competition that their best is going to be lethal during the finals. So 14-18, 102. To 11-8, 74. A couple of notable goal kickers. Well, what a show Jed McGurk put on for us this afternoon. He was excellent with 7 goals. And Weller was by far Wynyard's best goal kicker with 5 goals to his name. And then Egger the next best there with 2. So they shake hands in the middle. Be a disappointing loss for Wynyard. They fall a game behind Ulverstone now, who will rise to third after this win, most likely. Ulverstone, they have Penguin next week, and I think Wynyard have East Devonport to come. So still a bit to play for in the last round before the siren sounds on the home and away season. So that's going to do us here from the Wynyard Footy Ground. Thanks for your company. Jacob Bevis in commentary with you. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes. And the cameraman Josh, thanks for his work as well. And until next week or next time, have a good rest of your night. Good rest of your weekend. Bye for now.